Question 11. To what extent
Can you verify that you still have a picture? We've lost our monitor, and just like to make sure there's nothing wrong with the camera.
We have a good picture. Question 11. To what extent did fatigue affect your performance? For example, do you feel that you would have been capable of a full 7-hour EVA-3 liftoff and limb jettison all in the same day?
I think that had been pushing it a little.
Question 12 for each of you.
We could probably have done it, but I think that had really been pushing it.
Question 12 for each of you. What do you hope to tell your grandchildren as your most memorable moment of your trip to the moon?
Well, I'll start with that one, Hank. I have two impressions. The first is the dazzling beauty of the cart, the surface. It was just one of the most awe-inspiring sights I've ever seen. And secondly, on the EVA, when you look away from the Earth or the moon, it's just the utter blackness of space. It really is black out there. Time number 53, you said that. Well, I guess I'm next, and I thought I knew someone would ask that question, and I've been asking that question too. And I don't think I can put an impression. There's so many that we've crammed in the last 12 days. It seems like each one comes on top of the other one, and the immediate response that you come up with is, that's the most fantastic thing I've ever seen. And in a lot of respects, it really is. There have been so many events and so many sights that in my case, I'm going to have to sit and think about this one for a long time before I could ever pick out one. Now, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to say that there was a unique thing or a most memorable event. The whole thing has been just one series of very impressive, and I hate to use the word, but I don't know anything else except to say it's fantastic. I think Ken's got the answer. I think we've seen as much in 10 days as most people see in 10 lifetimes. And we certainly have enjoyed it.
Question 13. From an astronaut's point of view, would you discuss the possible operational difficulties, besides language, to be overcome in the proposed joint U.S.-USSR manned spaceflight? And would you have any suggestions to make?
From an astronaut's point of view, I would not feel qualified to discuss it other than to say that if language is a problem, I'll be glad to learn Russian. I think Charlie and Ken feel the same way.
Question 14. Did the potassium in your diet affect the taste of the food, and did it cause any other problems?
That's a very good question, and I'm not sure we're qualified to say. We'll have to get back and talk to everybody. I don't think it. I didn't notice it being in there as far as taste was concerned, and I don't think anybody else did. Yeah, this is one of those things where you have to wait and take a look at our post-flight medicals and see what they come up with as our body potassium level. That's really the part that they're trying to work on, and I'm afraid the guys on the ground have a lot more data than we have on our physical condition, other than the fact that we know we feel good. Yeah, I think we've been very fortunate to do as much of the mission as we have, considering how much we got slowed down there, and I don't know whether potassium had anything to do with it or not, but if it did, I'm sure grateful that we were taking it.
Question 15. For John, what did you mean when you said morale went up a couple of 100% after the successful TEI? Was it low?
really. It's just, it would sure be low if you didn't get off the TEI burn, I can tell you that.
Question 16. For each of you, based on your experience, do you have any recommendations right now for the crew of Apollo 17?
I'll check on flight.
Yeah, I recommend they enjoy it as much as we did. I'm sure they will. As I tell you, we really have had a lot of sights to see. I'll admit that in a lot of cases we worked hard, and I suppose the people on the ground were able to tell that, but we got all the support in the world from the MCC Houston. I mean, I could tell from every decision that came up from the ground that there'd been a lot of work put into it, and all around the country that there were a lot of wheels turning and people working late hours and solving these problems. And I'm just really happy that Ken, Charlie, and myself got to do this. And I think it's a wonderful experience.
That was the last question, John. We thank you very much, and thanks for the kind comments.
Well, let me just say one thing, Hank, and that is Mr. Descartes said it. He said, there's nothing so far removed from us as to be beyond our reach, or so hidden that we cannot discover